Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to Soul Whisper with Vangie. In this deeply reflective episode, I invite you to look at politics and corruption through the lens of the soul. Beyond anger and frustration lies a sacred truth that what we see in the world mirrors our collective awakening. May this reflection remind you that every system breaking down is also a system being reborn, and that true revolution begins within the heart, where compassion and clarity meet. There was a time when I reacted strongly to what I saw happening in the world, especially in politics. I felt anger, frustration, even disgust toward leaders who abused power or systems that seemed broken beyond repair. Like many, I joined the noise, posting, arguing, defending what I believed was truth. But as I walked deeper into my spiritual journey, something within me began to shift. I started to see that politics, like everything else in this human realm, is a mirror, a reflection of the collective consciousness of a people. Corruption, deceit, and greed are not separate from us. They are shadows emerging from a humanity still healing, still learning how to love beyond self. Every form of corruption reflects a collective forgetting, a moment when the soul turns away from light to grasp for control. Yet, even in that darkness, there is a purpose. For what is revealed can be healed. We often say, why do the corrupt prosper? But perhaps the greater question is, what is this teaching us as a nation and as souls? Each scandal, conflict, and injustice brings to light what has long been hidden. The pain we feel when we witness corruption is not just outrage. It is the soul's cry for alignment, for truth, for divine justice. And sometimes, the shaking of systems is part of the awakening. A cleansing, much like the earthquakes that move through our land, reminding us of impermanence and the need to rebuild on stronger foundations. Today, I look at leaders, even those whose actions I may not agree with, and I see humans, imperfect, wounded, yet still part of the great unfolding. I see how every soul, whether in power or among the people, is being called to awaken. And I realize that true revolution begins not in the streets, but in the heart, in the quiet decision to rise above hate, to choose compassion without losing discernment, to stand for truth without abandoning love. The awakened heart sees both shadow and light, not as enemies, but as instruments of transformation. Because the soul's politics is simple. Love is the highest form of governance. Let us together say this prayer for the awakening nation. I open my heart to see the divine purpose in all that unfolds. I release judgment and choose discernment rooted in love. I bless my nation and its leaders with light, healing, and wisdom. May truth rise where deceit once dwelled. May compassion rule where division once reigned. And may every Filipino soul awaken to unity, integrity, and peace. I am a vessel of truth and compassion. I am one with the healing of my nation. I am light, and I serve the greater awakening. Thank you, beautiful souls, for sharing this episode with me. This is Vangie of Soul Whisper with Vangie.